Now he moves his c-pawn, threatens my knight. That's okay because my knight's already ready to go, and he's got a few open squares, a couple open squares he can move to. But instead I can just take that pawn, which I'm willing to do. At this point I'm up a pawn. I'm willing to exchange down material and hopefully prepare for the end game, and I'll be up a pawn, and then I'll have a little bit of an advantage. So that's my idea there. He has to take it back, still threatening that knight. Doesn't matter, because now I can retreat. Moves it down, puts me in check. That's fine. And you can see that there's a couple other places I could have moved my king, but I wanted to move it back here. It's a defensive position here. I want to keep it away from his knight because I don't want to be forked or anything like that. So this is a conservative move, and with these knights over here, his pawns aren't going to do much. So that's why I chose to move my king there. And again, it looks like why would he move his knights away? Well, he's doing that just to reposition them. Now I move my knight to e5. And a famous chess master once said that, put a knight on e5 and mate will soon follow. I always like to get a knight on e5, even if I don't see a clear reason to do it, just out of good measure. If you can put him there, and good things will come. It's a knight in the center of the board. He can go anywhere he wants. So that's why he's there. He's also helping to block the king, restrict the king's movement. And then if this d-pawn goes down here, he can also take that. So that's why I've done that move. Now he moves his knight up. And I move my pawn up, just hoping to force an exchange. Now this is where the tide kind of turns in this game, because now he's got his king out in the center. My king never actually was in the sweet center. It was close to the center, but it wasn't in the sweet center. Now he's got a foothold in the center with his king, which is a very powerful place for his king to be. And obviously he's going to want to come here to e4, and then take f4, and then boom, 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 like dominoes, my pawns will fall. So I have to protect my f-pawn at all costs, and I don't even want his king to even get close to it. So I really want to keep his king trapped back on his side of the board if possible. I take his pawn just fine. He takes it back. This is getting a little bit hairy here because, again, now he's got a pawn in my territory, and he can run it down for a queen promotion if he wants. And his king can come over here and take this f-pawn. So this is getting a little scary, and I have to be very careful how I do this, how I play this out here. This was a good move for me with moving that knight, because now I have blocked his only way to get onto my side of the board. He can't come into either of these squares. So his king is trapped again, or at least prevented from coming on my side of the board, and there's nothing he can do to his king, at least, can do to either of these positions. And that's great for me. However, he does have one good move that he can make. He brings his knight down to e4. And black's knight on e4 is almost as equally of a powerful spot as my knight on e5. And what he's done here, he is basically threatening my knight here. My knight is kind of hanging. He wants an exchange here. He wants me to take his knight, and if I don't, he'll take my knight. So I've got three choices here, and we saw earlier a couple other exchanges when black was essentially offering me an exchange and I declined. That's what he's doing here. He's offering me this exchange, but now I have three choices. I can take it, I can decline it, and let him take me, or I can move my knight away. And you'll see my move here is the turning point of this game. Knight to h5. Outwardly this looks like a blunder, and at least a novice, even intermediate human chess players would see this and jump at it and go, oh my god, he moves his knight to the side of the board where it can immediately be captured for nothing. he's seemingly sacrificing it for nothing. It seems like a horrible move. So, but you'll see what happens. He goes ahead and takes it. Now I've lost my knight for nothing. He has doubled up his pawns on this file. But more importantly, look what happened. My pawn has a straight shot to his side of the board to promote to queen. Yeah, if I run my g-pawn, he can take it with h-pawn, but then my h-pawn will just carry right along, and he's only two squares away from queen promotion. So that's why I chose to do that move. Now black has a real concern. He has to address this issue. Now I'm down basically 2 points because I was up a pawn and I've lost a knight. So material-wise, yeah, there's a disparity there, but it's at this point in the game, it's not about material. It's not about points. I move my pawn up. He has to address this issue now. And he can't take it with his pawn because it'll be too late. There's no way he'll be able to defend it, and he won't be able to defend my queen promotion, and the game will pretty much be over at that point. He has to move his knight over. In a way, it looks like he's kind of